Hey, how you doing today? I am Tequila Coleman. In today's video, we're going to talk about they have to wait for God to give the green light. So let's talk about this. So, for those of you who were dealing with prodigals in the past, and let's say your prodigal just had you waiting around, they would check in here and there. That let's say the prodigal took on the mindset, oh, their God ordained will always be there, right? And while they kept on trying to go out there and find something better than you, right? Understand the same way how your prodigal made you wait, God is going to make them wait for you, okay? And the way how this will look, it could look differently for everyone, but the way how this can play out is when your spouse begin to go through their judgment, right? And we already know when your spouse go through judgment, that's really when prodigals, they come back into their right mind, their senses return. That's when the spirit of truth is released upon them. And they just really begin to see how, just to see the error in their ways, right? And that's when they're ready, to come back to you. And I said this in the past, it's not always the enemy who's blocking the connection. See, God will block your spouse from coming back to you. Okay? Because a man, scripture said God will not be mocked. A man will reap what he sowed. So when prodigals take on that mindset, oh, their God ordained can wait, or they will always be there, I could circle back around, a couple of months or years later, and then, we can see what you're talking about. When they take that mindset, what prodigals don't realize is you're telling God he can wait. You're telling God that he can wait. And so the table's going to turn, okay? The table's going to turn. And when your prodigal, like I was saying, when they start going through judgment and they're ready, to do the right thing, they're ready, they feel ready, they're like, okay, I'm ready now. They have to wait. God is going to communicate to your spouse. You got to wait. You have to wait. The same way how you hear my daughter or my son waiting, you have to wait now for God's approval. You have to wait until God give you the green light. You have to wait until God tell you, go ahead and pursue. So in the meantime, believing spouse, you have to make sure that you don't get in God's way. You have to make sure that you don't become God in your own love story and try to open up that door or give your spouse the green light to come and pursue you before it's time. You have to understand this process because if your prodigal was misbehaving in the past, if they were, directing rejection after rejection after rejections towards you, having you to feel like you're not good enough, constantly trying to look for something better than you, understand God doesn't like that. He doesn't approve of that. And he know how you felt when you was going through these things. So God is like, I'm not about to reward my child, talking about the prodigal. I'm not going to reward this prodigal just because now they decide they're ready. I'm not going to reward you that quick. Because prodigals got to learn. It's all about accountability. Prodigals have to learn. So you want to make sure that you are not going before God and you're not opening up that door too soon. You got to understand this process. There's a certain way God goes about doing things in his love story. And God will not be mocked. The same way how your spouse made you wait, they will have to wait. Okay? If you are obedient to God's instruction, they will have to wait before God gives that green light. It's not about God changing his mind. It's just simply they have to wait. You reap what you sow. Okay? So with that, I am Tequila Home, and I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.